look. Hey, I don't really have an issue with it, I guess. I mean, he's about to depart from Dallas, and oh my goodness, we just have to say goodbye to him. And the Mavericks have been struggling this season, and since Tony Romo's so loved, I guess you got to give the locals something to cheer about, in some capacity. Me personally, they should be happy. They're lucky they got Rick Carlisle, one of the best coaches in the business, for crying out loud, because there's not really much else to brag about there. But I have to say this. Tony Romo has been a diehard supporter of the Dallas Mavericks and Mark Cuban and the franchise, and we get all of that. I'm just saying that the Dallas Mavericks, with Rick Carlisle as the coach and with Mark Cuban as an owner, actually have a championship on their resume. And Tony Romo has never even been to a conference championship game, and damn sure no Super Bowl, obviously. I really, really am at a loss. I've gotten to the point where, listen, I want to be like Tony Romo when I grow up. I mean, I have to win. I mean, we're top rated. We're winning. We do our thing on this show, thanks to y'all and me and everything. We doing our thing. But I mean, damn. I mean, when you're Romo, you can be mediocre. You can be devoid of results. You can be devoid of championship hardware. You can sit up there and never have a sniff at a championship, and somehow, some way, you celebrate it. You got jerseys. You got Tony Romo night. You get to sit on a bench and act like you're a member of the team. You get all of this stuff going on. I want to be like Tony Romo when I grow up.
Very Mark Cuban, too.
Yeah, thank you, Molly. This is
Molly.
Molly, don't take my point. That's the point. It's not about Tony Romo. It's about Mark Cuban. You know what Dallas is? Dallas is the Hollywood of Texas. It's not the biggest market. That's Houston. But Dynasty is not in Houston.
Look at Will's face right now.
Dallas is about illusion. It's about the illusion of grandeur. But, in fact, look at the Mavericks. They're not going to the playoffs. Romo's the perfect guy to show up, in fact, when you really think about it. And so they bring in a publicity stunt. That's what this is, to keep people interested. That's what the market does. Dallas, the Hollywood of Texas. Austin is more of a cultural capital. Houston's a bigger, more important market. Okay, right. Somehow Dallas gets the press because they've been pulling these kinds of PR stunts since Tex Schramm.
Well, I mean, look. I'm going to defend Dallas, the city of Dallas. I love the Dallas Cowboys. I love the Dallas Mavericks. I grew up an hour outside of the city of Dallas. You're right about Austin. You're wrong about Houston. I don't know.
It's a bigger market.
Well, that's about all
Austin
it's got
is
going
nice.
for it. It's all it's got going for it.
Austin's a very,
Dallas,
very, very nice city.
It's a very nice city.
Yeah.
Very nice city. Lived there for 3 years. Dallas is the most entrepreneurial city in the state of Texas, perhaps in the entire nation. And that essentially is what this reflects. It's a very entrepreneurial move by one of the best entrepreneurs, at least in the tech business and in the sports business in this country, and Mark Cuban. And ultimately, it's harmless. Who does it hurt? He's taking nobody's spot on the bench. He's taking nobody whose NBA dreams have somehow been squashed because Tony Romo is sitting there. In fact, it's less than harmless. It's helpful because, the truth be known, the Mavericks are tanking, not unlike another dozen teams in the NBA. Putting Tony Romo on the bench actually helps in that effort. I hope he plays. I hope he's on the floor.
You think they'll lose because he loses
Because
games?
It's fun, Max. Because we forget sometimes that sports is fun. It's entertainment. He averaged 24 points, by the way, in high school.
He's a baller.
By the way, I think it was 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
So
the Mavericks could use something like that. But
I can't believe you know that. Keep going.
Sports is about entertainment. This will be entertaining. I want to watch. Mavericks fans want to watch. The reason you don't understand, Stephen A., is this. I don't know that you've ever experienced something like this, to be adored by a city, to identify with a city, to have essentially the walls around your city built, because you know that sports essentially, beyond being about entertaining, is about your city versus another city. My city, the city of Dallas, embraces all of its own. Dirk, Tony, Dak, Zeke, all the Texas Rangers, Nomar Mazara, all the new guys. We're all one. We're the city of Dallas, and this is how we roll, okay? I know it's hard for you to wrap your brain around as you bounce from city to city, from Pittsburgh to New York to Green Bay and so forth. This is what fans do.
All right, well, let me say this to you. Number one, I know plenty of athletes that have not received the support that Tony Romo has received that have been far more productive than him. That's number one.
Well, that doesn't make this wrong.
No, I'm just saying, you brought up Tony Romo like he's one of many. I'm sorry, this does not happen for everybody. That is a fact, particularly somebody that's never delivered a championship to that city. How dare you have the audacity to mention Tony Romo in the same breath as Dirk Nowitzki? Dirk Nowitzki Nowitzki's a future Hall of Famer. There's nothing to discuss there. Dirk Nowitzki is one of the greatest basketball players in history. He is going to the Hall of Fame.
We agree.
We know that damn sure ain't happening for Tony Romo. So let's be very, very clear, okay? So when you talk about this affection, this love affair, I'm not denying that Tony Romo, there is an affection for the man. There's this love affair the city has for the man.
And that's
I'm
good.
asking, what is its justification? That's what I'm